Meet the Invincibles, the all-girl soccer squad from the southern coast of England, going undefeated, by the way, against the all-boy teams across the league. Some of the boys were laughing at the girls before those competitions got underway. Well, nobody's laughing now.
Really?
Take that.
Yeah. Sit down. Do not laugh. Not underestimate the opponent, right?
Yeah, and they've made such grounds in England with the Women's Premier League.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Correct.
Take that.
Dr. Jen is back, and she has some answers to some health and wellness questions that you're asking. Here's the question today. When should I consider having a calcium score test, and what exactly can the test tell me?
This is so important, you guys, because we know heart disease is the #1 killer of men and women in this country, and everyone is familiar with getting their cholesterol checked, maybe getting an EKG or an ultrasound called an echocardiogram of their heart. So many people are not aware of a coronary calcium score. This is a special type of CAT scan that looks at the arteries in your heart, the coronary arteries, and looks to see how much calcium deposit is in there. It's so important to get, particularly for women. It's underutilized. I'm saying this as a daughter of a cardiologist. I can't tell you the number of times I speak to my own patients or hear from people who have never even heard of this test. They've never been counseled about whether or not they should get it. And it's really useful for people who, based on calculations, are at intermediate risk of cardiovascular disease in the next decade to help determine whether or not they should take a cholesterol-lowering medication like a statin. So if they're in that gray zone and they have clean coronary arteries or a score of 0, they can forego oftentimes taking a statin. If they have calcium deposit, even if their LDL cholesterol is borderline, the recommendations generally are that they become more aggressive with medication management. So bottom line, talk to your doctor about getting a coronary calcium score. It can be really important.
But is it easy to get the test, or is it something that has to be approved by insurance?
It's a CAT scan, so it does need to be approved. It is a CAT scan. There is radiation involved, but it can absolutely be critically important in guiding management and then preventing cardiovascular disease and death from cardiovascular disease.
All right, your prescription for wellness.
All right, switching gears to another common issue, particularly this time of the year, ingrown hairs. And again, whether you're talking about men on their face or neck, or women, bikini line, legs, arms, it can happen anywhere that you have a hair follicle and that you're shaving or removing hair, which is all over your body. If you're shaving, you want to shave in the direction that the hair is growing. That can help reduce the risk of ingrown hairs. Consider using an antibacterial wipe after you're shaving, because again, what is an ingrown hair? It's quite literally a little infection in the hair follicle. And then over-the-counter topical products that contain salicylic acid, incredibly helpful. But again, do not pick at it. That's the #1 thing when you get them. Leave it alone. Warm soaks will help it go away faster, but sometimes they can spread and they can scar.
Is there any point that you should go to the doctor because you have an ingrown hair?
If it's getting more red, more painful, it's spreading, and it's causing you pain, you should probably see a dermatologist or a primary care physician. All
right, Doc, thank you very much. And folks, we would love to hear from you, so please hit us up on Instagram with all of your medical questions for Dr. Jen at ABC GMA3.